Okay, let's raise that big question. Was public anger against the BJP the main reason responsible for this Congress victory? Special panel joining us, Abid Rasool Khan of the Congress, Ramchandra Guha, preeminent historian, is back and a proud Bangalorean, Kumar Ketkar, editor of the Divya Marathi, Sopan Das Gupta, senior journalist and columnist, Mohan Das Pai, corporate leader from Karnataka, another proud Kannadiga. Also joining us, Biswajit Bhattacharya, former additional Solicitor General. He'll be joining us in our second segment, where we'll look at the other critical issue which is confronting the government now in Delhi. Also joining me is Ravi Shankar Prasad of the BJP. Let's take that question head on. Was this public anger against your party, Ravi Shankar Prasad? Because it is not just Mr. Yediyurappa, but actually when you look at the numbers, you are down 14%. Would you concede that 5 years of misrule is what cost you Karnataka?
Well, certainly the perception did not go well in the last couple of years particularly. When the Chief Minister, Mr. Yediyurappa, got entangled in a series of scams, there was a Lokayukta report, then there was a mining scam, then FIR was instituted. We tried to persuade him to see reasons. He was reluctant. Finally, he was forced to resign. Then we told him, please wait for your turn. The party will give you respect. Ultimately, get cleared from the investigation and the pending trial. And ultimately, it came to a situation where he said either my way or highway. Now, to be very frank to you, we were in a dilemma of choosing between principles and power. Ultimately, we sought to adhere to principle and sacrifice very badly, which the result shows. I was in another channel, yes, where we were conveyed that nearly 50 to 53 seats we have lost to Congress party, and the margin is what Mr. Yediyurappa's party has taken, though himself could get only 7 to 8 seats. So, therefore, to say it was a round drubbing of the BJP, you can say that because of the nature of the result, but if you go deeply, I am sorry to say, the split between the BJP vote inter se has cost us very, very heavily, because we did not compromise beyond a point. You're saying that is how we see it.
That is how you see it, but let me see how our panel sees it. Ram Guha, do you see it as rising public anger against corruption in Karnataka, which was responsible for this kind of debacle, or do you believe that it was, as Ravi Shankar Prasad is suggesting, the fragmentation of the BJP vote?
No, it was certainly public anger, discontent, disenchantment, not just about corruption but maladministration, whether it be education, health, infrastructure, agriculture. There is not a single achievement of this government. The one visible achievement to me as a resident of Bangalore and Karnataka is that a flyover to Yashwantpur has been named the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay flyover. Now please ask any citizen to name some other positive achievements, they'll be hard to count.
So you're saying it was a vote against bad administration, 5 years of non-performance. 5 years of non-performance. You made a good point to me, Mohandas Pai, this morning, where you said the young were particularly angry with what they had seen. There were a lot of new voters who had emerged. These voters also came out strongly against the way in which the BJP had misruled the state. Do you go with what Ravi Shankar Prasad is saying, that it was just the Yediyurappa factor, or was it something more?
No, I think I agree with Ravi Shankar Prasad that the first 3 years were reasonable, and then the Yediyurappa factor and the corruption scandal really hurt them. But in the last 2 years, we saw a swing among young people. 35 lakh new young voters registered for this election this time. 70% of them have been in the age group of 18 to 25, and I think 70% of them possibly shifted over to the Congress as an anti-BJP, anti-corruption move. It is not a positive vote for the Congress from what I see, but rather a negative vote for the BJP. Yes, the votes got split. We've seen the data very clearly, but the 3 or 4% swing that gave the power, that gave the majority of the Congress, came from the disgruntlement and the unhappiness with the BJP rule.
Would you concede that again also, Swapan, that you believe at the end of the day, was it the fact that the BJP, as you've been suggesting, humiliated Yediyurappa, drove him out of the party, or was it the fact that even if Yediyurappa had stayed within the BJP, if you have 3 chief ministers, one goes to jail, ministers go to jail, there is obviously public anger, and this election verdict in Karnataka must broadly be seen also as, yes, arithmetic, but B, also as anger.
I think the BJP would have lost this election in any case.
Would have lost in any case?
In any case. I think even if you go by the arithmetic, you'll see 2 things. Firstly, almost 1/3 of the BJP vote of 2008 was taken away by Mr. Yediyurappa, number 1. Number 2, even if you do a simple arithmetic addition of Mr. Yediyurappa's vote and the BJP vote, you will find there is still a 3% swing away from the BJP, from the united BJP, as it were. And in a situation where in 2008 the Congress outpolled the BJP in terms of popular votes, this time the drubbing was, a defeat was inevitable. What really Mr. Yediyurappa managed was he converted a defeat into a rout. This is what he did.
He converted a defeat into a rout for the BJP.
But I think if the BJP is falling back on purely arithmetic calculations and saying, well, actually we won the we've got a consolation prize, I think they would have missed the wood for the trees. They, I think, will be making a colossal mistake as to not attending those various issues, the issues of vanity, pride. Just as today, may I use an analogy, just as the Congress often stops at taking the logic of what the Supreme Court says and says, oh, it doesn't go beyond the law minister, it cannot go upwards. I think the BJP also is guilty of certain things. Certain icons cannot be touched.
Okay, we will come back to those icons, but Kumar Ketkar, do you also believe that the Congress therefore in a sense cannot claim victory in Karnataka to the extent that it's nothing that the Congress offered the people of Karnataka which has made the people of Karnataka vote for them? The people of Karnataka have voted against the BJP government. It's a negative vote in Karnataka. Would that be a fair way to look at this result?
Yeah, that is one way. But another thing is, I think BJP was putting itself as an alternative to Congress across the country. So Karnataka is part of the country. So in Karnataka also, they thought they are alternative to Congress. Now people believed that this is an alternative. And actually what they saw was worse than an alternative. So for last 6 years, they could not find any alternative wisdom
so it's
in
negative,
the BJP.
It's a negative vote.
No,
it's
but the point is, as Mohan correctly said,
BJP.
there are so many 35 lakh new voters. So even the young people did not trust the BJP. And actually BJP was saying that Congress is an old man's party, Congress is old party, Congress is gone, Congress idealism doesn't mean anything. So all that attack on Congress actually did not prove to be worthwhile.
You know, but at the end of the day, Abid Rasool Khan, since afternoon I've been hearing congressmen calling this Rahul Gandhi's victory. Let's be honest, Rahul Gandhi had nothing to do with what happened in Karnataka. He addressed about half a dozen meetings. Even if he had not gone to Karnataka, you would have still won. Are you willing to concede that this victory must go to the Siddharamayas, to your local leadership who have fought the BJP for 5 years? Rahul Gandhi has nothing to do with this victory.
Rajdeep, first of all, the people
I want a straight answer.
I will give you a straight answer, but first of all, the people of Karnataka have voted very sensibly, and your question I need to answer very straight. I will tell you that until the leadership of the party, as far as Congress is concerned, is the High Command, and from High Command we draw our policies, from High Command we draw our agenda, we draw the basic manifesto under which the party runs. Based on that, the local leaders under those guidelines work for the party. So definitely,
why don't you give credit then for once to the local leadership and say Delhi has nothing to do with it, that the High Command has nothing to do with it?
I am coming to that, Rajdeep. I am trying to say that from the High Command down, it's a collective effort in our party. It's a collective effort where the leadership gives the direction and the local leaders again give direction to the workers, and the workers finally work. So now without Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi's leadership and without their commitment to the party, we cannot draw the agenda, and based on the agenda, the people of Karnataka have voted for our party.
It's saying that it's a victory of God. Because God created human beings.
No, it's not that.
God created
You're very clear. Rahul Gandhi had nothing to do. For these younger voters, none of them had anything to do with
Rahul Gandhi missed a great opportunity. Rahul Gandhi missed a great opportunity to come to Karnataka to do some canvassing and claim credit because they were winning. It's a perfect platform for him, and he gave it up. I don't know why. Let me say, there was no agenda of the Congress that attracted people. There was no agenda. Nobody read the manifesto. There was no agenda. It was a pure and simple anti-BJP, anti-corruption wave.
You know, given that, on the other hand, the other star campaigner was supposed to be Narendra Modi. He only addressed 3 meetings in the end, Ravi Shankar Prasad in Karnataka. Do you believe that even Narendra Modi's magic did not work for you in Karnataka? That when there is a wave, and there seems to have been a bit of a mini wave by the end, whoever you sent would make no difference. To that extent, in urban pockets also, you've done badly. Is there a lesson somewhere there for the BJP as well? Because you seem to believe that Narendra Modi is this man on the white horse who's going to win the entire country for you.
Rajdeep, with you, we can at times discuss beyond Narendra Modi, isn't it?
I just discussed
But
Rahul
anyway,
Gandhi.
I
I just discussed Rahul Gandhi.
I at times learn to accept some pun also with me.
Okay, okay.
I'm entitled for that.
Yes, you are.
First of all, let me concede it straight away that we have been defeated.
Yes.
In the morning also, in the sun before the Vijay Chowk, I conceded that.
Yes, you did.
And I'm conceding it openly today. Point number one.
Yes.
Point number two, I grant the glee of all those my friends in your panel who have a problem from the BJP from day one. It is their moment to rejoice. Good luck to them.
Right.
But again, coming to the larger issue.
Yes.
And the larger issue, I am grateful to Mr. Pai for having stated that. For 3 years, we indeed gave good governance in terms of right to information, in terms of right to services, in terms of IT enabling services, and a whole range of other initiatives we took. But yes, the corruption of the then Chief Minister overtook us. It gave us a negative image.
How can you give good governance and corruption side by side? Good governance can coexist, you are saying, with corruption.
No, I'm not saying that. People of the country, and therefore, because I have to go to another channel, let me give some two parting words. I grant Congress the smile today before the final countdown begins for them.
Yes.
And thereafter, it is our time in the coming 5 elections and in the Lok Sabha elections also. Because by the same logic of corruption
yes.
you are articulating today, when the time will come, the people will reject Congress conclusively, including in Karnataka, I am very sure.
You're saying Karnataka will be a mirror for the rest of the country. The kind of credibility crisis your government suffered in Karnataka, you believe will get magnified on the national stage.
Sure, but one thing
are you being a little overconfident in that sense? It almost seems
I'm only trying. I'm only trying to
win the next few elections.
Rajdeep, can I conclude it because I have to go to other channel? Kindly excuse me. Yeah. The point I'm trying to say that Mr. Sopan Das Gupta is right.
Yes.
The right lessons have to be learned. That is important.
What is the one lesson? What is the biggest lesson? Give me the one big lesson you've learned from Karnataka. One big lesson.
No, the lesson cannot be debated on a TV channel. Because we have lost. There have maybe a variety of reasons. But yes, there comes a situation in because see the brazen manner, and I wish you could have called me for that panel as the follower of Supreme Court observations. Because how they manage and how we manage.
Yes, what is the difference?
It's a tough call which you have to take.
What's the difference?
We have taken the tough call and paid with the price.
What's the difference?
I'm sure the people of the country will realize that.
What's the difference?
Restore their trust in us.
What's the difference?
We will have to improve our inner deficiency.
No, Thank you. Well, you know, Ravi Shankar Prasad moving from one channel to the other. But the point is, Ravi Shankar Prasad almost seems to suggest that the Congress brazens it out when it comes to corruption. The BJP removed Yediyurappa. We paid a price for it.
The BJP government was born in sin. They tried to overcome the sin by doing something in the first 3 years. But the original sin overtook them by the 3rd year and the corruption blew up.
The original sin which you've been speaking about, Ram, you believe that right down the line the BJP struck what you call some kind of a Faustian bargain with the Reddy brothers.
Absolutely. Yes. Because they funded the election which helped them came to power, and it was a sin that cannot be attributed to one leader, however much open we like it to be. It was widespread across the board, and they struck a Faustian bargain, and the heavy price was exacted for that. So I think that's a lesson, but I would agree with Ravi Shankar Prasad. Unfortunately, he's not here to hear me because he always very unfairly brands me a Congress kind of person. He should hear this. He's right that at the national level, the Congress should take heed because their maladministration, their incompetence, their corruption at the national level mirrors the maladministration competence of the BJP at the state level. And I think they will pay a heavy price for that come 2014.
Yes.
The irony is that by going by Ravi's analogies, he is almost suggesting that the BJP government in Karnataka was a carbon copy of the Congress.
No, he is suggesting. He is suggesting.
He was actually saying that.
He is suggesting that the BJP government in Karnataka is a carbon copy of the UPA government at the center.
Which is not a very flattering comment.
Abid Rasool Khan, somewhere there is a warning in that for you. The revulsion against corruption and the credibility crisis with the Karnataka government suffered in Bangalore could well be replicated to what is happening in Delhi. That your government too needs to address this question of corruption rather than brazening it out.
Yeah, give me a minute. Corruption is definitely an issue which any government needs to sort it out. But before that, I really am surprised that corruption is only issue which you people are pointing out. Don't you feel that the Hindu agenda, the communalism, the Ram Sena, The Modi factor didn't play a role there. The minorities and the SC/ST did not vote for Congress because of that.
But those are your traditional voters.
Let me complete. No, traditional, but after they're propping up Modi, that had become more prominent. And
do you concede that the Karnataka government of the BJP is a mirror image of the national government at the center?
No way
you
at all.
present out corruption. You allowed ministers to get away with corruption. Just as they struck a bargain with the Reddy brothers, you struck a bargain with parties like the DMK. That is the nature of the...
Let me put it here that from morning I have been hearing on the debate that Yedurappa left us, we have been doomed. If BJP is so weak that one local leader leaves them and they are doomed, then God only can help that party.
You know, Kumar, do you get a sense that there is something for the Congress from Karnataka to really imbibe and introspect? What happened to the BJP in Karnataka could well happen to the central government when you start disregarding basic rules of probity.
No, absolutely. Congress must introspect. But the point is, if it is corruption,
yes,
then corruption is an issue not necessarily limited to local area. Then corruption is an issue, and people could have voted against BJP, against Congress, and they could have voted JDS. They have not done that. Because at present JDS was a neutral factor, unlike BJP and unless...
But in many parts of Karnataka the fight was Congress versus BJP.
No, but at present the corruption charge was against BJP locally and against Congress nationally. So they had the third alternative. They have not chosen that. And second point is, if you are saying corruption is an issue which is going to dominate 2014 election,
yes,
in that case, the argument that is being made that the local issues dominate, local issues will not dominate. Then again it will have to be corruption at the national level. So in each state there will be some local issues, in each state there will be corruption issue, and in each state there will be voter influenced by the corruption at the national level. So it is not as if corruption is the only issue. It's not only secularism and communalism is the only issue. It's not only state issues as the only issue. I think it will be multiple issues, including the organizational network that the party or each party has made. Okay, so I don't think we can, reductionism, that kind of reductionism is not correct. Okay, reducing it to corruption only.
Let me in this segment get the final word on who will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka, because I've been trying that since the morning, not succeeded at all. Various names still doing the rounds. Roshan Beg, senior leader from Mr. High Command is, Mr. Roshan Beg, who is the next Chief Minister of Karnataka? Will the High Command decide that, or will the legislators decide that?
You're not good answer.
Very soon the High Command will convene a meeting of the legislature party.
Yes.
So we can.
The legislators will sit and decide, and ultimately it is for our High Command to decide as to who will be the leader of the assembly.
Would it be fair for me to say that the battle is now between Would it be fair to say Siddaramaiah and Mallikarjun Kharge, the battle has narrowed down to 2?
Well, I can't comment on that, Mr. Rajdeep. I am a disciplined soldier of the Congress party. Whatever the Congress High Command decides, and I abide by it.
Even a soldier has a voice. Occasionally a soldier has a mind of his own. Or are you saying Congress soldiers don't have a mind of their own? What is your view?
Yeah, our voice will be heard. Our voice will be heard in the legislature party meeting.
Your voice will be heard in the... But would you prefer someone from one of the MLAs to become Chief Minister, or would you prefer someone from the centre coming to Bangalore?
That we will, when the legislature party is convened, there in that meeting we will decide as to who should be the leader.
It's wonderful how the Congress is able to skirt that's the problem. The voters of Karnataka have voted for the Congress but don't know who their Chief Minister will be. This is one of the problems. I'm sure, Mohandas Pai, you've been asking from the morning that Karnataka needs a strong leader at the moment. You still don't know who that strong leader is going to be.
Radip, I would say that if there's an imposition of a leader from outside, the people of Karnataka will be very upset and will remember for a long time, because it will be a humiliation of the voter. The voter had a anti-corruption agenda, voted the Congress to power. They want a strong leader. They want to know who the leader is. Now we have a situation where nobody wants to talk, nobody wants to come forward, and nobody knows what is happening.
Well, it's called the Duckworth-Lewis method.
It's called the Duckworth-Lewis method. We'll leave it at that.